Oikos presents 15 Seconds of Strength.
Here we go. Steve's got a trunk full of groceries and no one to help him.
Oh, that's tough, Jim. Looks like a 5-trip load at least.
He grabs the first bag, the second. Bob, it looks like he's trying to do it all in one trip. He shimmies the door open, steps over the dog. Oh, and he stumbles.
Oh, right into the kitchen without missing a beat. Jim, now that's a man who eats his protein-packed Oikos.
With 15 grams of complete protein in each cup, Oikos Triple Zero can help build strength for every day. Oikos, stronger makes everything better.
Your morning blitz begins now.
Yeah! Have a great Friday, you mother...
Oh, I think we will. It's going to be a high of about 76, some scattered rain possible throughout the day, more throughout the weekend as well. You know, yesterday I shared with you that we have now completed, 90 days of this show, and I had found the one person that I don't like in the building because this person tried to label the coffee scoop and tell me how much coffee grounds to put in the coffee.
But it turns out they were right.
They were right,
but
yeah. But still, yeah.
How dare they?
So still in the process of learning about the people in the building day by day. And I learned something else this morning. We have got a troublemaker here in the building, a big-time troublemaker.
Now what?
I mean, Kelly just pulling just a little cork out of the dam and just making things explode in the building. Don't you love it? I just love your explanation because I'm sure other people have had this happen where you're just mentioning something.
I was venting to my very best BFF in the building, who was Ronnie Hunter.
Right.
All right. I'm just venting. Whatever. But this girl is such a girl's girl. She's so great that she takes on my stuff and she decides she's going to fix it.
Right.
And I'm loving it, but also now worried that I have caused her stress and then other people in the building stress. So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried now, but I love this girl. I am telling you, will go to bat.
Right.
Will go to bat for you.
And which is amazing. And I'm sure everything will be resolved. There's no issue. I just love when, again, this has happened before where you're just so anyways, and then it's just kaboom! And then everything just blows up. Or there are people who also, and I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, Kelly, but there are some people who do it on purpose. They just insert just a little thing, knowing that they've lit the wick, just watching it burn slowly, and then kaboom, and then it all blows up anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would never, I know what kind of pressure Ronnie's under these last month or whatever with Sonic Temple coming.
Absolutely.
It's huge.
Always
right?
a big
She's
deal,
here
yeah.
24 hours a day practically.
Yeah, she gets off the air at 7 o'clock. In the last 2 days, she's been here when we got here.
Yeah.
I mean, that
She's
long.
still here, I think.
Yeah. She didn't leave here until 9 o'clock yesterday.
I'm not. I never in a billion years would I try to cause her stress in a billion years, but I accidentally did do that.
Kelly's
Today.
a troublemaker. Kelly's a troublemaker. Kelly's
she just loves me, and I love her, and we'll go to bat for each other.
No, I think it's amazing.
So
I think we should all wish to have bosses and higher-ups like Ronnie Hunter.
She's trying to get everything ready for Sonic Temple, and it's amazing. Every year, all of a sudden, Sonic Temple weekend, we have so many people who work here I've never heard of. They're
who
here.
are these people?
I know. They got who's this? What, all these people have parking passes? Who are I didn't even know them. I've never met these people.
It is going to be, 6 days away now. Cannot wait for what is going to be an amazing weekend. And the good news is, as of right now, the weather has not changed. It is still looking absolutely perfect.
Oh, you can't believe it.
68 on Thursday, 65 on Friday, 65 on Saturday, 73 on Sunday.
Those are the highs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they came down.
They came down a little bit.
I love that for a high.
Absolutely. I got no problem with that
As long as it's not raining.
Yeah, once you get past 80, it is starting to get a little warm. 65, 70, perfect.
No
I'll
rain
take it.
in the forecast for that weekend whatsoever.
Yeah, because 65 to 70 with sun is amazing.
Yep. Take it 100%. It is going to be an amazing Friday, so let's get to it. Thick, what you got for our Blitz Morning Trivia?
I don't know if you guys, Kelly, you see the news every day, so I'm sure you see it. Cars running into businesses. It's every day we see this happening.
It always pops up on the Columbus subreddit.
Yeah.
Like it's a joke now.
Every day.
How many cars run into businesses?
All right, so a rock star singer that we've been playing on this station for years owns a coffee shop, or a tea shop, in Illinois. And for the second time in 6 months, a car ran into his tea shop.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Is he like on a sharp curve or something? Like,
but for the second time in 6 months. So I want to know who the rock star is. Who is this rock singer who had his tea shop run into for the second time in 6 months? Be the first one to tell us at 99-700, and we'll hook you up with $25 to go spend over at Water Beds and Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores.
all right, let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick.
All right, we asked what rock star singer had his tea shop in Illinois run into by a car for the second time in 6 months. It's called Madame Zuzu's Tea Shop in Highland Park, Illinois, and it's owned by Smashing Pumpkins lead singer Billy Corgan.
Who's Madame Zuzu?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. But
tea shops are cool, too, because there's a whole, ritual about getting tea. I don't know if you know this or not, but there is a tea ritual. Yes.
I know this, but you and I have very different definitions of what cool is.
Oh, okay.
How does PwC take your company to the leading edge? We bring the sharpest minds in tech to your team, so you can bring the ideas that will transform your business. We are passionate about your industry, so you can walk into any room with every advantage. We're with you every step of the way, so you can know you're headed in the right direction. At PwC, we build for what's next, so you can get there now. Let's get started at pwc.com/us/leading edge.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Just putting it out there. I don't know if that's the adjective I would use to describe a tea shop, but that's just me.
What's the ritual?
Well, it's just with your teas, and there's certain
Have you not seen Karate Kid 2? Where
oh,
you
yeah,
sit there,
okay.
You have your clotted
she
cream.
lays the thumb out,
Yes.
puts the spoon down.
It's a very ritualistic experience.
Yeah,
only 7 stirs.
I love it. I think it's fun.
Say a few words, and then like a goblin comes out in a small cup.
I'm with you, Goose, on not getting the whole cool thing. Anyway, so he said, can you believe somebody drove in the front of Madame Zuzu's again? He said it was an honest accident. It caused some damage to the exterior, and nobody was hurt this time. But 6 months ago, another car drove into Madame Zuzu's and injured Billy's mother-in-law.
What?
Yeah, so
You got to change the name to Madame Boom Boom's Tea Shop.
Adam Armstead from Zanesville. He was the first one to text in the correct answer, so he gets a $25 gift card to Waterbeds and Stuff.
Hey, congratulations. Thick, how's your finger?
Doing much better. Swelling's gone down a little bit.
It's not as red.
Yeah, right. The redness is left.
Yeah.
It's, a little less sore.
Okay.
It's sore right on the spot where the drill bit went through it. But, definitely improving.
Quick recap, in case you didn't know, a couple days ago, Thick was working on his greenhouse that he's building, or as Kelly calls it, his drug shack. And he's building it himself. And while using a thin drill bit to put some pieces of wood together, the drill bit went through the wood and then all the way through your finger.
Bottom to the top.
Yeah.
Came out the top.
No trip to the doctor. No nothing. Just a little antiseptic and peroxide.
Clean little.
And that was it.
Pressure to stop the bleeding.
Now, I bring this up because I saw an article. We all know about girl math. Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay, when's the last time you used girl math? Can you think of a
I probably
time?
do all the time. I didn't order this expensive thing that I wanted yesterday, and this one's that I want to get today is less expensive, so I'm actually saving money.
You're making money.
Making money.
Yes,
at
you're
this
making
point.
money. Absolutely. Well, the question came up about buying the two. This is dad math. If you go out and you spend money on tools so you can build the thing yourself, you just made money.
All right.
Because you're not paying anyone to bring their tools and do it for you.
Right.
So you're making money.
I like
Cool.
that.
And so Thick is participating in dad math right now.
I made money.
That's right. You made some money. You should be able to go out and spend it on what you want to spend it on. And not only that, you've actually made more money because now that you've purchased the tools, you have those tools to continue to make money on things you're going to build anyways with those tools.
Absolutely.
So for all the dads out there buying tools, you don't need the router jobber. Because I know my tool names. Then you're making your 3/8 pinpoint hammer. Then you're making money.
How about you could also do piercings now that we know you can do it successfully?
Yeah, you should open up your own piercing shop.
Yeah.
Just hang on. You're good.
And you won't even have to go to the emergency room.
Nope, not at all. I've got the bottle of antiseptic and the hydrogen peroxide. You'll be fine. We can drill through your earlobe, right? It's got a thin enough bit.
Yeah, right.
That was only 1/32 of an inch.
Yeah, there you go.
Almost like a syringe.
If you want to get one of those gauges, forget like extending it out. Thick will just start with the big circle and just rank.
Look at that. Start out quarter size right there.
Good to go. 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, your first story comes from Saskatoon, Canada. What a great name, Saskatoon. I mean, if I had a band, I might name it Saskatoon to be up there with Chumbawamba and Kajagoogoo. Like, just the best names ever.
It's very satisfying to say Saskatoon.
It is.
Yeah.
Saskatoon.
It starts out real good and then ends on a strong note.
It does. Yeah. Literally. Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
Because we play the tunes. Saskatoon.
Oh, I love it. You spell it with T-U-N-E instead of T-O-O-N.
Yes!
Oh, my gosh, I'm on board
Are you
with
going to be a ska band?
Saskatoon.
Can I
Saskatoon. Come on.
Could I do that? Could I play ukulele?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Excellent. I can only play one song.
You're going to play the ukulele.
Okay.
Thick will play the drums, and I'm going to play the guitar.
Okay.
Ooh, a guitar.
Yeah. Oh.
Like the Fisher-Price kind?
Oh, no, I'm getting the big one.
All
yeah,
right.
I'm getting the big one for sure.
Can we play On Top of Spaghetti?
That's not ska. Well, we have to do
we
ska
can make
version.
it into ska, but I can only play those few chords on the uke.
Okay.
Yeah,
but the ska beat will come from the guitar and the drums.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll just follow along.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting this band together. We're doing a charity show, Saskatoon.
Listen, I have a ukulele, so I'm ready to go.
Oh, I can rent a guitar for sure.
I only have the rock band drums.
That's okay.
Better. Just that
bring 'em
flat,
on in.
just that flat plastic sound.
Yeah. I can only play a.
How does PwC take your company to the leading edge? We bring the sharpest minds in tech to your team, so you can bring the ideas that will transform your business. We are passionate about your industry, so you can walk into any room with every advantage. We're with you every step of the way, so you can know you're headed in the right direction. At PwC, we build for what's next, so you can get there now. Let's get started at pwc.com/us/leading edge.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
A D, and a G. So, I mean, let's go. Whatever songs have those notes, I'm ready to go.
Well, that's interesting because I only ingest C, G, and D.
C, G, and D?
No. All right, moving on. Police in Saskatoon were on a high-speed chase in downtown on Sunday following a drunk man who was seen carrying open liquor in his car when they then pulled him over, and he got out and ran. So the police did what they had to do, and they got out and chased the man down. They did eventually arrest the man after a brief foot chase, handcuffed him, and took him back to the police cruiser. But unfortunately, the police cruiser was gone. somebody jumped in and took the police cruiser while they were chasing the drunk man.
Oops.
Thankfully, the vehicle was found 15 minutes later in a back alley a couple blocks north of where it had been parked. Investigators say they're still looking into the matter. They don't have any suspects or anything. Someone just took the
They just reparked it somewhere else.
They just reparked it. Put a little hide and seek with the police car. Love that. Second story coming out of Kentucky. A 50-year-old man in Kentucky named James Farthing just won $167.3 million in the Powerball jackpot. In fact, it was just this past Monday that he was presented with a giant check. Now, here's the thing. James Farthing is an ex-convict. However, he is splitting the award with his 77-year-old mother, so it looks like maybe he's turned over a new leaf. However, on Tuesday, just one day after getting his check, James was arrested after a fight broke out at an oceanfront hotel where he was staying down in Florida. James had punched at least one other guy, and when the sheriff's deputies stepped up to break up the fight, James kicked a police officer in the face. The cop was dazed and bruised. He's going to be okay, however. James was later arrested for felony battery on a police officer, 2 misdemeanor counts of disorderly conduct. Plus, he's obviously in deeper trouble because that violates his parole. Going and getting arrested again. He's currently being held in jail. It's unclear if he'll be sent back to prison or for how long. The good news is he can now afford a better attorney to help him out.
Way to celebrate your new fortune.
Right. I mean, you win $167.3 million. First thing I'm going to do is probably go to an oceanfront hotel down in Florida.
Start punching people.
Why not? Get yourself a nice little suite.
Thing is, when you're with that much money, you got to act like you've been there before, man.
You do have to act
class
like you've
it
been
up
there before.
just a tad.
That is true. That is your not so breaking news. 99.7 The Blitz. So, I actually had never heard this reference before. We all know grunge music. You know, started basically. They give credit to Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots. That was the
Pearl Jam,
the beginning of grunge music, very late 80s, early 90s. That's when it kind of all kicked off. Well, there was a second wave of that post-grunge music that came in the kind of early mid-2000s that they call butt rock.
Butt rock?
Yes.
I've heard butt rock before.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard that term before, butt rock. Do you know, or could you think of a band that you would put into butt rock?
The only one I'm thinking of right off the bat is Finger 11.
Interesting.
Like Paralyzer.
Okay. Paralyzer, yeah.
Is that butt rock?
I think that would fall into the category.
I love that song.
A great song.
So call me a butt rock fan.
Why butt rock?
I don't know. They don't really give an explanation as to why it's butt rock. I think this might fall into the category. Nora's dad calls it scoliosis rock. So it's that rock for slightly older people, but not quite very old. I don't know why he calls it that, but he does. So metalinjection.com, a music website, put together a list of like the essential butt rock songs, basically. Bands like, well, they listed some bands, Bush and Candlebox fall into that butt rock category, which ultimately turned into things like Nickelback and Seether. But they put together kind of their list of best butt rock songs. So I want to go over some of these and see what you think of these songs and see if you remember these songs, which I'm pretty sure you're going to remember pretty much all of these. The first one, Creed, My Sacrifice. I'm not going to lie, I did crank some Creed back in the day.
Sure. Now, is it the band or the specific song? Again,
I don't know. I mean, they were talking about just butt rock as a whole.
So AI says it's post-grunge new metal bands that dominated rock radio in the late 1990s, but it suggests a lack of artistic merit and a reliance on formulaic songwriting and production.
Okay.
And that it's predictable, lacks originality. You know, all these bands rely on the similar themes. That's what AI says about it.
I think a lot of people could make that argument for songs that become popular.
Oh, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Next on the list for butt rock hit songs, Flyleaf, I'm So Sick. Lacey can sing.
She sang that in this studio one morning, just blew my mind.
Just live into the microphone?
Yeah, they did it acoustic, but she sang it with the same passion. It was incredible.
Man, I bet you she blew out some car speakers that morning.
It was incredible.
3 Days Grace, I Hate Everything About You. Yeah. Bring this one for sure.
See that one next Thursday night.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're going to be there at Sonic Temple. Breaking Benjamin, The Diary of Jane. Yeah, it's butt rock for sure. Let's see. Who else is on here? Oh, I used to love this one. Stone Sour Bother.
You don't need to bother.
Corey singing his heart out.
I mean, this is butt rock. Butt rock sounds like a slur against good music.
Yeah.
This is good music.
Again, I'm not against it.
Doesn't it sound like a slur though? A music slur?
I could see it being taken as a music slur.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's see what you think about this one. Chevelle the Red.
Start.
So late.
I always called this one my slow headbang song.
I love this band.
I would headbang on the beat, but it was always like on the fourth beat. So it was like,
Okay, gotcha.
Have you seen Chevelle live?
That's a good question. I'm sure I have opening up. Yeah, I'm sure I have opening up for another band.
They'll play Sunday at Sonic Temple. They are technicians.
What time, though? That's the question.
Well, they go on before.
Sunday night's going to be iffy for me. I'm like,
No,
by that time, it's time to go to bed. Got to get up and work on Monday.
I'm going to say probably 5:30 to 6.
Oh, yeah, because they're before Alice in Chains, who's before Metallica, the headliner. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably about 5:30 or so.
Catch a couple tunes.
That might one I might stick around for. Let's see. Also on the Butt Rock list, Disturbed, Stricken. The more and more that we go through this list, I love butt rock.
Right?
Yeah. That's good.
We have played every one of these songs. Still do.
Absolutely. A lot of these we still do, for sure. Smile Empty Soul, Bottom of the Bottle on the butt rock list.
You always call me.
Not as big as the other bands, but they did have this hit song in 2003 for sure. I used to love this one. Filter, Welcome to the Fold. I've always really loved Filter. Yeah. I think they're great.
Also at Sonic Temple.
Are they really?
Yeah. And they will play early.
Oh, that one I'm going to go see.
Where'd it go?
Early-ish?
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. They are actually, they're on the side stage, but they're next to the last band on Thursday night. So.
Oh, shit, that's going to be a tough one.
I know.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
Don't they think about the morning radio DJs when they put together the set list and the music we want to hear? Have some respect for the art of radio, people. And then finally, Velvet Revolver, Slither. I would put Velvet Revolver up there with one of the best supergroups. You know, having people come together from other big bands and do a little side project. Oh, I love when that happens, and they are way, way up there for sure. Again, I think I'm loving some butt rock. I agree. 4455 texted and said, I'm making a butt rock playlist. I think I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I jam out to every single one of these songs, for sure.
I'm renaming. I don't like butt rock. I don't like it.
Oh, we need a new name.
We need a way better name because his music is amazing.
What would it be, though?
I don't know.
Brandon says Divorced Dad Rock.
Divorced Dad Rock.
I can totally see that.
I like that. I like
100%.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
That is Divorced Dad Rock, without a doubt. That makes so much more sense. Let's see. Hinder would be a good one to add to the playlist.
How about Shank Rock? Because it'll really stab you right in the gut. This is good.
Shank
Rock.
Shank Rock. Okay.
I like that better.
If you've got other name recommendations, we'd love to hear them. 99.700. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
This video is so wild that ODOT posted yesterday, and the incident happened on Wednesday afternoon, about 5:25 p.m., and it happened at the exit from 71 South to 670. So if you can picture that in your mind, there was a red van that I guess wanted to get off onto 670 but was in the middle lane and was missing the exit.
Okay.
Came to a complete stop on the freeway during rush hour and sat there with their blinker on to get over into the next lane, into the exit lanes. So 2 more vans, these are all vans that were involved in this. So 2 more vans stopped behind the van. Other vehicles were driving around the van on either side. And then a third van was unable to stop, slammed into the 2 vans in front of them. The front van, who caused this whole situation, you could tell the van got bumped, but then it just pulled off onto 670 and took off. And these 3 other vans behind are completely smashed. Yeah. No, I mean, it's unbelievable. And there's no word. I don't know if they're looking for this person or not. And they said, the article I read was like, well, there was no accident report. And I'm like, how could there not be an accident report? So I don't know what's going on with it. I guess they're looking for the driver of the red van.
I would sure hope so.
But you can't even believe it because they knew they caused this accident and they took off.
But we've all missed an exit before, right? Everybody.
Yeah, you keep going.
Yeah, you scream 1 or 2 or 27 cuss words, and you just go get the next closest exit to get back on.
At what point do you think coming to a complete stop on the highway is a good idea?
I mean, come on.
What goes through your head where you're like, oh, darn, I missed. I need to stop here.
Let me go to a complete stop and then run away from an accident I caused. Anyway, it's insane. Hopefully they're looking.
Well, those two go hand in hand. If you think if there's no problem stopping on a highway, then you have no problem thinking, oh, I should just drive away from the accident I just caused. I mean,
I feel like they should sentence you to, but before you can get behind the wheel again, you have to go through a driver's course. Multi-day.
Yeah.
This isn't a one-day situation. You've obviously got a lot to learn. A major shipping loophole has officially expired as of 12:01 this morning. The de minimis exemption is no longer. That rule allowed shipments of goods worth under $800 to come into the U.S. duty-free. Now those shipments are subject to big tariffs. So your ultra-low-cost Shein, Temu, AliExpress orders will likely cost about double what they did yesterday. It might take a little bit longer to arrive now because they're going to be all wrapped up in the paperwork that the bigger shipments have already had to do. Shein and Temu did hike prices on some goods ahead of this new rule, but they're all going to be more expensive as of today. Shark Ninja is recalling more than 2 million pressure cookers sold in the U.S. after consumers reported over 100 burn injuries stemming from a hazard that can cause hot food to spew out. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the Ninja-branded Foodie OP300 series multifunction pressure cookers have a lid that can be opened while the cooker's in use. And then that causes the hot contents to just, lava right out the top of that. So anyway, Shark Ninja has received 106 reports of burn injuries in the U.S., including more than 50 reports of second and third degree burns to the face and body.
Oh.
26 lawsuits have been filed against this piece of equipment.
It took 26 lawsuits for them to file a recall.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you've got one, stop using it and contact Shark Ninja for a replacement lid, okay?
That's straight up some bean counters doing the math and saying we can pay out 26 burn settlements as opposed to making a full recall.
Yep.
And what's going to be cheaper.
That's exactly right.
Although I will say you kind of broke my heart when you started the story because I thought you were going to say, like, oceanographers have found a shark ninja, and I was about to get really excited.
Oh, wow. I really, I set you up for a real hard fall there.
You really did, yeah.
Right? Those are your three things.
It's the Morning Blitz with Goose, Kelly, and Thick.
Time is gone. It's the time. Time after time. Good times.
Yeah, let's go. It's time for another Time Warp. 800-821-9970 up for grabs. Sheng Wang tickets. Very funny comedian coming to the Davison Theater on Saturday, September 27th. You want to get your laugh on. We need a contestant right now to play the Time Warp. Very simple game. Thick has compiled a montage of 3 audio clues. It could be anything from a song, a TV theme, a movie theme, a news clip. It could be a clip from a movie or TV show. But all 3 of the things you're going to hear took place in the same year. And Kelly, Goose, and our contestant are all going to take a guess as to what that year is. Closest wins. Let's get ourselves a contestant. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. It's Randa. How are you?
Hi, Randa. I'm great. How's your Friday going so far?
Perfect. Now I get to talk to y'all.
Oh, we love you for it. All right, Rand. Thick has got the audio clip ready to go. Listen carefully. There's going to be 3 clips. All you have to do is try and decide what year all 3 of those clips took place in. So Kelly will take a guess. I'll take a guess. You'll take a guess. And we'll go from there. After the clip, we'll give you the decision if you want to go first or last. So, Thick, are you ready with the clip?
I'm ready.
All right. Here is today's Time Warp.
I don't care, cause all I wanna do is cash my check and drive right home to you.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, Rhonda, it's your choice. Do you want to go first at guessing the year that all those took place in, or do you want to go last?
I'm going to let you guys go first.
All right, Randa.
Okay. All right. I have no clue what that first one was. I can only assume it's
King of Queens.
Theme of King of Queens.
Oh, that was the theme song to King of Queens.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a country song, Drive Straight Back to You, or whatever. Obviously, Bill Clinton in there, and then Korn. I'm going to say, when did she have sexual relations with that woman? When did the Gluck Gluck 3000 take place? I'm going to say 1995. Kelly, what do you got?
I think it's later than that.
Okay.
I think it's more toward the later 90s. I'm going to say 97.
97. Okay. Rhonda, we got 95, 97. You heard the clues. Do you have a guess as to what year all those took place?
I do have a guess.
Okay.
And I think Kelly's a little late. And I think you're close. But my answer is going to be 1994.
94. All right, we got 94, 95. Kelly jumped ahead to 97. Vic, we got all the clues right, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, the TV show, whenever we use it, is the year that it debuted.
Right.
So, yes, Bill Clinton said that about Monica, and King of Queens came out, and Korn's Got the Life all happened in the year of 1998.
Oh, really? That late?
Yep.
All right. Huh. Well, Rhonda.
That never happened where all three missed.
Yeah. Oh, you're all off. Okay. Well, you know what, Rhonda? Just for calling in and playing along, let's make your weekend for you. We're going to give you tickets for Sheng Wang anyways, okay?
Oh, my gosh. Thank you all so much. I love the Blitz. I love you.
Yeah, we love you, Rhonda. Thank you so much for calling in. You hang on 1 second. We'll get some info from you, and we'll have more chances to win coming up next week, 99.7 The Blitz. So, I've shared the fact before that my father, when I was growing up, was a clown. He was a clown in the Shrine Circus, and he would do, like, kids' birthday parties and stuff, and do the full. I would watch him get ready in the bathroom with the full white makeup, and he had these stick-ons, so you protect, your mouth and your cheeks, so then you could paint them a different color because you wanted the white base to go on. And,
wow.
Yeah, he had to do the whole thing, and he had the wig and the onesie, big colorful zip-up suit with the big poofy buttons. He had the ketchup and mustard bottle that you squeezed and string came out, so you could scare people. He made balloon animals, very simple, like dogs and swords. He wasn't one of those experts, but yeah, I used to watch all that stuff. But here's my question, because I saw an article, and this is for the parents out there, 800-821-9970 or 99-700. Aren't clowns just a terrible thing now? Like, aren't they a bad thing?
There's a lot of people afraid of them.
Yes. Does anybody like clowns anymore? Because I don't think so. I think clowns are now associated more with scary than they are with happy.
Yeah, I mean, like Pennywise, obviously. And then wasn't there
Terrifier.
A clown?
Yeah.
Was there a clown in one of the American Horror Story?
Yep.
They did the Freak Show one, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
right at the beginning. Yeah,
I do feel like they're used in horror movies a lot now.
Yeah, I think the Chip Chips of the world, my father's clown name, I think the Chip Chips of the world are bygones. Now it's all about people being scared of clowns.
I loved Fizbo.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Well, the clown who? On Modern Family, Cam played, dressed up as a clown called Fizbo the Clown.
I don't
Okay, I love Fizbo the Clown. Also, did you ever see the TV show Baskets with Zach Galifianakis?
Oh, I saw like a couple episodes of that. Yeah.
It is probably in my top 10 TV shows of all time. It's so good. And the whole premise is Zach Galifianakis goes to clown school in France, and he's bound and determined to be an artsy clown. You
mean a mime?
Somewhat of a mime, but acting as a clown. And the only job he could find after he left clown school was in Bakersfield, California, where his family lived at a rodeo, like a failing rodeo. It is a great show. I'm telling you. Now, that kind of clown I love.
Vivian says, I've always had a dislike of clowns. You don't know the person behind the paint. That is true. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
This is Juggling Jack. I grew up in a circus. I was a clown. I know.
Juggling Jack. Okay. So you grew up and you were a circus performer.
Yeah, I worked for Haynes Family Circus out of Marion, Ohio, but we get hired by other circuses for different acts.
Okay. And did you notice or have you noticed a change in the clown persona that people don't really appreciate or like clowns anymore?
Yeah, throughout the years, but it seems like it's coming back now better, like through the blow arts community, if you know what that is.
Blow arts? No, that's what I used to call my ex-girlfriend, but I don't know any about the community.
The blow art community, that people that spin fire, they go to blow art festivals, or what's called mainly fire festivals.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of clowns that's coming back to that.
Blow art. Yeah, I get it.
Interesting.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So you think it's making a bit of a resurgence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know quite a few clowns, and it seems like it's coming back, but it depends on the crowds that you go to.
No, absolutely. Yeah, of course. You want to make sure that they're there to enjoy what they're seeing, and you're not going to their scam. Well, Jack the Juggler, thank you so much for the call. I really appreciate it. Mike in Springfield says, I love clowns. Okay.
We love Krusty the Clown.
Krusty's a good one.
See, as a kid growing up here in Columbus, we had a local.
Yeah, Flippo the Clown.
Flippo the Clown. He was a great guy. Our kids loved him, everything. So I never had any negative connotations. And then, what was the, oh my God, I'm trying to remember. The puppet guy. Howdy Doody.
Okay.
And was it Tinkerbell?
Oh.
Was that the clown on Howdy Doody?
I don't know. I never
So
watched
those
Howdy
are my
Doody.
two clowns of my childhood, and they were good clowns. Nice, and everybody loved them. So I never had any negative feelings about
A
clowns.
couple people brought up John Wayne Gacy ruined clowns
yes.
for me.
yeah.
I can totally see that.
That would ruin a clown for a person.
Yeah. It also falls into place when you remember the song that you lost your virginity to, and if it's dun, 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 you know there's a big problem there. I can see why you don't like clowns. It's 99.7 The Blitz. All right, how did you hurt yourself? Self-induced injury. What did you do to yourself? 800-821-9970 or shoot us a text at 99-700. I bring it up because we were talking about Thick putting together his drug shack greenhouse in his backyard. And while doing so, while building it himself, connecting two pieces of wood, you had a very thin drill bit head to drill the wood.
1/32.
Went through the wood,
yeah.
And then went straight through your finger, through your fingertip, and then out by your nail.
Yeah.
All the way through.
And I saw it all. I watched it go through. That was the craziest part of it.
And
it happened so fast.
Did you, reverse the drill to get it out, or did you just yank your finger off it?
No, kind of both. I just pulled down and up with my hand because I was drilling straight up and I was holding at the top, and I just misjudged it because I was hurrying and being careless. And so as soon as it went up, I pulled right back down and pulled the hand up, and the blood just started squirting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that does remind me the one construction project I ever did. We had a work shed. And we ended up turning it into kind of like an outdoor bar. We put in a TV and a kitchen. We actually had a bar in there, but it had a workbench. We had to rip out the workbench. We wanted to re-drywall and spackle and do all the things. And there was a piece of wood on the ground that I was just kind of walking. Didn't notice that the piece of wood was from the workbench and had a nail through it. And I stepped and went through my gym shoe into my foot.
Oh, God.
But thankfully, I didn't put it didn't go through my foot.
Yeah.
I felt the prick of the nail, and I was like, oh, and I picked my foot up. So it bled, but it didn't go all the way through my foot.
I mean, because can you imagine going all the way down? I mean, can you pull your foot off of that? I mean, what do you even do?
I don't think so. I think at that point that's an ER visit.
With the nail still in.
Still in.
I mean, what if it's attached to something under you?
Yeah, it was. It was attached to a piece of wood, not a 2x4.
Your reflex would have you pulling your foot up. I really feel like that.
Probably.
God.
Probably.
Right, listen to this. Chris texted in and put a pitchfork all the way through my foot, removing algae from a pond. He said it hurt worse to remove it than it did the initial.
Just trying to get it out all the way through. Blitz, good morning. How did you hurt yourself?
Hello.
Hello, Blitz.
And I
she hung up.
All right.
Is what she did.
Hurt yourself by not talking to us. Hi, Blitz. Good morning. Who's this?
So I came home from Iraq in 2005 after being in Fallujah in 2004.
Well, thank you very
jet
much.
Skiing and broke my back.
Oh no! You broke your back. How did you do it?
Jet skiing on my stepbrother's jet ski.
Jet skiing. You broke your
everything.
So wait,
everything you went through.
No, listen, I crushed my exactly. I come home from Iraq physically all in one piece. I go on leave and I crushed my L3 jet skiing, so they had to replace that. And
just trying to have a good old time on a jet ski.
Did you get a medical discharge?
I did, and unfortunately, that was going to be my chosen career as a Marine. But
man.
I know.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your service.
Are you all good
you're
now?
welcome, but
Are you all good now?
actually, yes. The doctor said it was a miracle that my spinal cord wasn't crushed, so I can walk.
Oh, thank goodness.
Absolutely, yes. So, but yeah, that was the worst self-induced injury I think I ever had.
Oh, absolutely. That's a bad one. Yeah, absolutely. Were you trying to do like a flip or something, or did you just chuck yourself off
Yes,
and
I was
scorpion
jumping waves.
kick?
I was jumping up waves, and when I landed, I didn't land with my feet. I landed completely on the seat, and my back was kind of like went back. And it crushed. But unfortunately, because we were in the Delaware River and it was a barge being pulled out, there was another wave right in front of it, and I did the same exact thing.
Oh no!
So, thank God I didn't fall off. I was able to lay on the front of the jet ski and get in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Girl.
To the hospital. But, I mean, or I would have been in the river, and it would have been like this huge rescue. But, yeah, I ended up getting medically discharged because I was not
That's unbelievable.
Thank you for your service. Holy cow. That is crazy.
I hope you have a great Friday. Thank you so much for the call. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Michael.
Margo, how did you hurt yourself?
Well, I was in middle school, and I was dragging a pencil along the brick wall, and, like the webbing right there between your index and your thumb finger, the pencil went through my index, I went through the little webbing there, and I still have a little black dot right there in the webbing of my thumb.
You tough with the lead. Like, it's just permanent.
Yep.
That's crazy. Thanks for the call, man. Blitz, good morning. How did you hurt yourself?
Well, I didn't do it to myself, but when I was in Afghanistan, I got shot twice, broke my femur, severed my peroneal nerve, paralyzed me from the knee down, and the second one went through my arm. And
oh, my gosh. Well, thank you for your service. That's,
gosh.
oh, God, what?
I swear our government better be taking care of you for the rest of your freaking life.
You would hope so. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the call.
Gosh.
Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
This is Peggy.
Peggy, how did you injure yourself?
My desk chair came out from under me at work, and my foot caught on the desk and broke my ankle on both sides.
Wait, how did your work chair just come out from underneath you? Were you like rocking back and forth?
No, I just leaned over a little bit to put some paper in my cabinet, and it was a brand new chair, and it came out from under me.
Just shot out from underneath you, but your foot was caught. Snickety snap.
And then from overcompensating with the ankle thing, I tore my other knee up and had to have
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
This was all in 1 year.
That's not a good year. That is not a good year.
No. It wasn't.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate you joining the show this morning. Let's do one more. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
This is Dominic.
Dominic, how did you injure yourself?
4th of July this past year, I went to go take my brother-in-law's jet ski out. Had a gas leak in it. I hit the start button, and the jet ski exploded.
No!
Having to go to the emergency department and have burnt flesh removed from my skin. It was quite the experience.
Just hot slush stuck to your skin?
Yes.
I can't
it was
believe
rough.
that.
Burned to my beard, my hair, whole 9 yards.
Are you all right now?
Yeah.
What was it like a movie? Like it didn't start right away? It was like boom!
Yeah, it blew up. I felt my beard and hair on fire, and I jumped off the jet ski into the water.
That's good.
It was, it was.
What was worse?
It was an experience.
What was worse? The hot slush stuck to and melting your skin, or all the smell of burnt hair? Because we know how bad that smells. Like it's just awful. And if it's right under your face, your beard's gone. Burning hair.
Burning hair I smelled for a long time.
Oh, I believe
but
it.
The thought of jumping into the nasty lake water with all these fresh...
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Open wounds because I'm a nerd. That was pretty rough as well.
That could have turned into something terrible, too.
Was it a local lake?
It could have. Seneca Lake.
Seneca, okay. That's in High Lake.
Well, thanks for the call, man. I'm glad everything's all right. 800-821-9970. I'm not done with this yet. How did you injure yourself? We want to hear your story now. 99.7 The Blitz. How did you injure yourself? Kelly, you never told the story. How did you injure yourself?
Oh, well, let's see. I was a young girl, maybe 12, 13 years old, and I was in gymnastics classes. I love gymnastics. And I was like, always, people could do those like standing back flips. And I'm like, I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can. So I tried in our family room, and I landed flat on my head, right on my head.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
And did get out of gym class for the next week because I had a concussion.
You concussed yourself.
Yeah, concussed myself.
That reminds me of when I was like 4, I was being babysat, and there was like this, it was like a gym shoe on wheels. It was basically for you to push your feet. It rolled and it had handlebars. You could steer it. And I popped a wheelie too close to the fireplace, and it came out from underneath me, and I split my head open on the corner of the fireplace. Had to get like 5 stitches in the back of my head. Blitz, good morning, Ashley. How did you injure yourself, Ashley? Ashley, are you there? There you are.
I was taking a shower, and I was taking a shower, and I only had a little bit of conditioner left, so I decided to get some scissors and try and open the conditioner bottle, and it slipped, and I stabbed the webbing in between my thumb and my finger, and the crazy part is it really didn't hurt that bad, and it didn't bleed, but the part that always drives people crazy is that I finished my shower, I dried my hair, and I drove myself to urgent care. So
yeah, why not?
It had such a big hole that you could actually see my muscles. I didn't damage any muscles or anything. They just stitched me up, and then
yeah, you went down to the
I
white
drove
meat.
myself to work that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Good
That's how I
job,
injured myself.
Ashley. Thank you so much for the call.
That had to be one of the more unusual explanations
Yeah.
for why you're at the emergency room.
Well, you should never be able to see your muscle. If you see your muscle, something's gone
Sounds
terribly wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeffrey, good morning. How did you injure yourself, Jeffrey?
Oh, I had a night terror.
You had a night terror, and then you injured yourself how?
Apparently, I jumped off my bed into my entertainment stand.
Oh,
Oh, God. Yeah, you were trying to save yourself from your night terror, but ended up injuring yourself running into the nightstand.
No, I literally was all the way in head first into it. I put my humor.
What?
I put
Head
my
first
humor
into your entertainment
dislocated
center.
my shoulder and tore my ulna.
Oh, wow. That's a whole lot of injuries.
The emergency room doctor goes, "How'd you hurt yourself?" And I said, "Well, I had a night terror, woke up in the entertainment stand." He goes, "Don't you grow out of those?" I was 45. I went, "Apparently not."
Yeah, right, absolutely. Jeffrey, thank you for the call. Frank, good morning. How did you injure yourself?
So I was working at a hibachi place, and the female I was with at the time came in and told me that she was being induced in labor the next day. And I was like stressing, being first-time father, and I was prepping onions in the back, and next thing I know, slipped, and I felt it bite into my thumb, and it cut clean down to the bone, and honestly, that's what stopped it from cutting it clean off. And it was like 30 minutes after they came in, was like, "Oh, by the way, we're having the baby tomorrow." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Oh no, like I don't even know how to take this right now." You know what I mean? Like, this is like a serious situation, and I called them immediately after they left. It was like a 30-minute procedure. I called them. I was like, "Hey, bring a cooler full of ice." I chopped my thumb off.
I'm only going to be able to teach my son to count to 9. This could be the worst. Thank you for the call. I appreciate the call. Why did you take your headphones off, Kelly?
I can't. As soon as I know there's a knife or some hibachi thing,
She couldn't listen. She took her headphones
I couldn't
completely
hear
off.
it. I just looked at your guys' expressions to know how bad it was, and it was bad. I can tell.
Molly, last one. Molly, how did you injure yourself?
Hi. So I was working at a car dealership. I was probably about 19 years old. And it was a nice day. And I was walking in, well, not walking. I was skipping between the used car trailer and the service department and tripped in a pothole, face planted, skidded across the parking lot, broke my nose. Luckily, I still had all my teeth. Got up. I should have been concussed and knocked out, but I got up and started walking into the service department, and the manager saw me, and his face just went blank. They called 911. They called 911, and they called my mom, and my mom actually beat the ambulance there. I broke my nose. It turns out I ended up having to go on to have like 3 other nose surgeries to try to fix it while it was still kind of broken. I had to get my septum was deviated, so I had to go back and get that fixed. Like, it was crazy.
Wait.
So that, yeah.
More important question. Who skips around at work? Like, I love my job.
I was going in between the 2 buildings to get reports, and I was just skipping, and I was going too fast, apparently, and tripped in a pothole.
Were you singing like we're off to see the wizard? Like, who goes skipping
That's
through a
exactly
parking
what
lot?
it probably looked like.
Well, your inner child comes out from time to time.
I defend your skipping.
You know, I still know people that work there, and apparently I'm infamous in the
I bet.
Right.
Because they're like, don't do dumb things like Molly and skip in the parking lot and break
Yeah, you probably should. Thanks for the call, Molly. I hope you have a great one. All right, you can keep your headphones on now, Kelly. We're done, okay?
All right, thank you.
No more injury stories. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Trial date is now set for the son of 2 New Albany church founders who is accused of sexually abusing young girls. Case against Tom Cassie will be moving forward in Knox County with the trial starting July 1st. Cassie has pleaded not guilty to a number of charges, including rape and gross sexual imposition. The abuse allegedly happening between 2002 and 2011 against 3 victims who were under the age of 13. Cassie himself was 12 years old at the time when the initial crimes are reported to have happened, but the crimes allegedly continued until he was around 22 years old. A 25-year-old Delaware man is facing federal charges after prosecutors say he sent sexually explicit messages to at least 2 minor girls, one in Louisiana and one in Colorado. Brett Farley is charged with exploitation of a minor and possession of child porn. He's accused of Snapchatting sexually explicit messages and videos to a 14-year-old Louisiana girl and asked her to send pictures and videos in return. Well, she saved all of the communication, showed it all to her parents. They called police. And then the girl blocks Farley on the app. So he's accused of then texting the girl and her parents and harassing them and then sending pizza to their home that they did not order, obviously, which was connected to his phone number.
Just not smart people.
No, they traced him so easily to Delaware, Ohio. And then, of course, police discovered a second active investigation was already happening involving Brett Farley and an underage girl in Colorado. Well, as a Southwest Airlines plane was taxiing at El Paso International Airport on Wednesday morning, preparing to take off for Houston, a passenger's cell phone went up in flames. The plane returned to the gate where everyone disembarked normally and eventually boarded a different plane and headed to Houston. The flight crew quickly put out the fire. So it wasn't in the luggage. Did it burst into flames in someone's hand?
Or sitting out, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I hope they don't take cell phones away from us.
I don't know.
I don't know how they would, because you can't put it in your luggage. You can't pack lithium batteries in your luggage anyways.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to leave your cell phone at home if you decide to fly.
Cool.
My cell phone
Cool
does
for-
get pretty hot. Doesn't your cell phone get kind of hot sometimes if you're really on
if
it a lot?
If it's plugged in every once in a blue moon, but not really.
One time, my husband left his iPad. It was kind of like a really old school iPad. He left it plugged in like forever. It just sat on the plug, sat
Yeah, you're not supposed to do
charging
that.
for like months. This thing, the battery, like blew apart the casing.
Yep.
And I'm like, I feel like we ended up just throwing it in the trash. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No,
but
you're absolutely
this was
not.
many years ago, so statute of limitations. But it was the wildest thing. Like, those batteries are not exactly stable if you're not.
Well, and I bet, they do deteriorate. So I
Yeah,
bet this person's cell phone is a really old cell phone, and that's why it burst into flames.
Like, I have an iPhone 11, and it gets pretty hot. What are we looking at here?
You might want to get that upgraded soon.
All right, I'll tell my husband.
Yeah.
Go get some upgraded
I'm pretty
phones.
sure you're eligible for an
What
upgrade.
do you have?
The 15 or 16 or whatever. Yeah. Within a year or two.
Oh, good for you.
Well, actually, I had to get one because my phone stopped working while on vacation. I was at the bachelor party.
Oh, yeah.
And my cell phone just stopped working, so I had to go buy a new phone. I was not happy about it.
Oh, I know. It's a
At
pain.
all.
All right, those are your three things.
Well, we are 6 days away from the beginning of Sonic Temple, which means we are a week and 2 days away from Mother's Day. That's right, Mother's Day coming here a week from Sunday. And, if you've got plans to hang out with your mom, maybe do a Mother's Day brunch, or the weather's supposed to be pretty nice, maybe you're doing a Mother's Day barbecue. The number one thing that mom wants is a nap. As had been surveyed, she just wants a nap and a little quiet time. So maybe dads get the kids out of the house for a little bit and leave mom alone from 1 to 4, and then come home and cook her some dinner. If you want to get her a gift, well, Gwyneth Paltrow and her website Goop are here to help. They have.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Have put together their Mother's Day gift guide. They've got everything from something small to something big, beginning at like a $25 memory journal. Maybe she can journal about the kids and their days growing up.
So you're giving her homework for Mother's Day?
Well, some people like to journal.
I guess.
It's not
It is
homework,
kind
you
of
can
nice,
do it.
too. Let me tell you, to have your mom write down memories and stuff like that now, do it now, people.
Do you have a journal, or did you keep diaries?
I used to until I thought, you know what? If I drop dead by some happenstance, I don't want a soul reading these journals. So I piled them all up in my backyard and burned them to a crisp. And I have never written down a single word since.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I was really hoping you'd bring some in and read some old Kelly memories.
It was pretty grim back then.
Was it?
Pretty grim.
Okay, all right.
You? Do you journal?
I did. I remember doing it for a very short period of time, but that was about it.
Yeah.
My journal turned into more like my joke book when I was doing a lot of stand-up comedy.
Okay.
And I know I still have one or two in the basement, and I've gone through them, and it's just like the idea of a joke or the beginning of a story, and I don't finish it. So it's just like little hodgepodges of stuff.
That's kind of cool.
I'll see. Next time I go home, I'll grab them.
Yeah.
And flip through them. Anyways, the journal starts at $25 on Gwyneth Paltrow's website, Goop. It also goes all the way up to a $17,000 necklace if you want to get extravagant. But you can also jump on there, and on the Mother's Day gift guide on Goop, there's a beautiful little womanizer enhancement experience. She's selling sex toys. On the Mother's Day gift guide, They got a couple sex toys up there.
Honest to God, you do not want that kind of relationship with your own mother where you're giving, that's a gift. That is appropriate for you to give your own mom.
I want to know right now, 800-821-9970 or 99700.
Creepy.
Who? Please call. We'll keep it anonymous. Who type of relationship where you would give your mom a battery-operated buddy? I'm dying to know. You're like,
I can't imagine.
Is your
this
mom?
This is your mom. It's not your best friend.
I just can't imagine.
Have you grown up watching your mom just be high-strung and tense all the time? And you're like, Mom, you need to relax a little bit. There you go. I can't even fathom. I had a great relationship with my mom. My mom and I joked all the time. I am not getting her Big Blue. It is not happening.
No.
So who's got that type of relationship? If you want to, visit the Goop website. Look up the Mother's Day gift guide. It's right there for you. 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, let's take a look at your not so breaking news. And I don't know how this could ever happen. I can't imagine ever confusing the two. But there was a young woman who wanted to go get a massage. She was feeling a bit tense, a bit tight. And sometimes you just go get your massage. Take a listen to what she had to say.
I accidentally had a massage at a brothel. I went and just had a massage the other week after the gym. My neck was sore. Well, since then I've found out that it is a full service. There were flags and they were red and waving. And when it was halfway through, a guy walked in and he was like, oh no, I'm going to wait for that other person. And I was like, yeah, whatever. She's actually giving me a great massage. But then she didn't change the towel or the face thing or anything when I left. She was just like, out, next. They were probably so confused as to what was there, saying, I've got a sore neck.
She walked into a brothel thinking, I'm just going to get a massage. But here's the bigger insult, is she's laying there kind of half undressed because she's getting a massage. A guy walks in who knows it's a brothel, looks at her and goes, no, I'll wait for the other woman.
No way.
Sorry. What? Oh, I would be so mad if someone walked in thinking it was a brothel, thinking I'm the person they're going to be paying and having interactions with, and they look at me and go,
can I see the next page on the catalog? Yeah.
Oh, that would damage my soul so bad. But how do you confuse a massage parlor with a brothel?
I don't feel like it's that hard, to be quite honest.
Really?
I don't get massages. I never. So if I wanted one, I would just have to trust that this corner massage parlor wasn't going to try to give me a happy ending.
Some massage parlors are brothels.
No, I understand that, but it's pretty obvious which ones are which.
I mean, it's not like the Old West where you're going into the saloon and you got the women up on the top floor and you're like, hey, cozying up for a sarsaparilla.
I understand that, but like she said in her like she said when she made the video, there were some red flags and they were waving. Like, right. You can tell. You come on.
But if you really need a massage, you're ignoring those red flags. You want the massage real bad.
All right. I mean, I had a former coworker, a former morning show co-host that would visit one particular one on his drive to Detroit across 96, and he would stop at the same one every time on his drive. He goes, it was the perfect drive breakup after driving 3 hours, and you got another 2.5 to go. You take that mid-drive break, and he would go. And I'm like, really?
The illegal kind?
Oh, a little R&T.
Oh, you ever bump into Bob Kraft while he was there?
I don't think so.
Boy.
I don't think so, yeah. I was like, really?
That's weird that you would admit it. That he would admit that to you?
He had no problem talking about it.
That feels kind of skeevy a little bit.
I don't know if I could do it.
No, man, you don't know where those hands have been.
And then they're rough hands, and it's like...
Well, you build up calluses, man.
Yeah. I don't need lizard hands rubbing all over me. I'm good. All right, on to story number 2. I think we've all experienced road rage at some point. I am the most late person there is. I don't really get mad at stuff. The only thing that will drive me fuming to a screaming level is if someone is driving slow in the left-hand lane. I will lose my shh behind this person.
It seems to be a thing that's going around.
Oh, absolutely. Although I have never been this man. A woman in Pennsylvania was so upset at another driver that she slammed on her brakes from the car tailgating her behind her, jumped out of her car, ran over to the car, and pooped on the hood.
In the middle of the road.
There's a whole video on TikTok of this thing.
Are you serious?
Yes. She gets out of her car, she runs over, she pulls her pants down, and here's the thing. I don't want to say this. It was more of a liquid than a solid. Let's just put it that way.
Because she's probably already really needing to go to the bathroom. Like, she's like freaking, and then this guy's causing her more anxiety, which is stirring things up even more.
Well, let me tell you, one way I do get out of road rage, and I don't thank my ex for a lot, but I will thank her for this. She taught me that if you see someone being a real jackass on the road and you're getting really mad at them for driving like a jerk and doing all these things, all you do is have to think, that person must have to poop real bad.
And we've all been there.
Yes.
So you can have some sympathy. I like that.
Do we still have that? The clip? Take a listen. You're a slut!
What?
That's what she called her for pooping on the hood of her car. A witness caught the whole thing. Again, you can see the video online. Words were exchanged. Police were called. They didn't identify the parking pooper as 44-year-old Christina Somelto. She's facing charges.
Oh, my God. I just saw it.
Oh, you can see her doing it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can see the whole thing.
Rewind that tape, buddy. I got to see this.
You see it running down the hood of the car.
She's now facing charges of indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, criminal mischief, and depositing waste on the highway.
Everybody's got to come over now. I can't get that.
That is sick. That is some light brown.
Yeah, it is. It is. That woman needs more fiber in her diet. That is not
okay, and if you see if somebody does that on the hood of your car, is the first thing you're thinking to yell is, "You slut!"
Right.
What?
Hey! Hey, don't poop on my car, you slut! That's not the first
It's one of those things you can't even believe it. Your mind's going crazy and you can't think of the right words.
You slut! 997 The Blitz. All right, it's Friday. Trying to get your weekend together. It is going to be a little rainy off and on throughout the weekend. Not exactly super warm. It's going to be nice, high of 63, 65. But the perfect weather to kind of walk around inside and check out some cool stuff. And that's why you need to go to Hell City Tattoo Fest going down at the Hyatt Regency. There we go. Yeah. Downtown. We're here with Derb, the organizer, the owner of Hell City and Red Tree Tattoo. And let me tell you, you know that you're dealing with an icon for when you do certain things. And so yesterday, I went over to Red Tree, and Dante, amazing artist, hooked me up with some new art to pay homage to my love of radio. I got an on-air sign on one of my forearms and a microphone with headphones on my other.
Too.
They do. He did such a good job.
Super detailed.
Unbelievable. Yeah. But here's the thing. This I know Derb is just an absolute icon because, first of all, Red Tree is one of the most gorgeous tattoo studios you'll ever go to with all the amazing original art you guys have.
Yep.
But you cannot turn around in this place without seeing some sort of amazing printed article that someone has written about Derb and Red Tree and Hell City Tattoo.
It's been a wild career.
I took a break from the tattooing to go use the restroom. I'm standing there taking a leak. I look over. There's Derb staring at me from an article.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
He's got articles in the bathroom. He ran out of room to post articles about himself.
That's awesome.
Well, a few months ago, we actually were on the air talking about tattoos, and I just threw it out there. I said, tell us, the listeners, tell us who is the best tattoo artist in Central Ohio. And we must have got 1,000 texts, and 80% of them were either Derb or it was one of your artists from Red Tree.
Yeah,
most of them were you and Red Tree artists.
Incredible artists like Dante that we recommended him too.
Yeah.
Everybody's got different styles in the studio too, so pretty much it's a shop. It's Ohio's largest tattoo studio, and any style of tattooing, one of our artists has it covered.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it really is cool.
It's amazing, and with it being the largest in Ohio, it's the largest tattoo studio with a full art gallery in it too. So it's a different shop. It's appointment only, which is kind of allows us to focus on our clients a lot better, that way than walk-ins.
I also loved watching the progression of your different hairstyles through the years in all the different articles.
They got a flock of seagulls at one point.
All right, so Hell City Tattoo Fest kicks off today. Doors open at noon, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, man, this is our 23rd year. We've done 36 shows in 23 years. We also do it in Phoenix, Arizona in about 4 months. We call it, it's America's favorite tattoo festival. We have, all the artists from television. We keep a super high caliber of artists, like even when we review all the artists, because we want it to be the highest caliber of everything.
Right.
Visual entertainment, artists, seminars, live painting. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that people don't realize are a part of tattooing in the culture.
And Jeff, you're here. You are the official announcer for Hell City Tattoo Fest?
Yeah, MC and host.
Okay. So you're going to be, obviously there's not only the tattoo going on, lots of entertainment. So I'm assuming you're going to be introducing like the live acts, the burlesque acts, all the things going on the seminars and things like that.
Yeah, and then we have a variety of competitions that we run. A lot of people don't realize that goes on at a tattoo convention if you haven't spent time at one. And so we have categories throughout the weekend for different genres of tattoos. So sometimes traditional or large black and gray, small black and gray, portrait, all these different categories.
Yeah, if you want to show off your art, come down and enter one of these contests because there's all kinds of categories.
It's like head to head. People are up there; they want to win those Hell City custom trophies, and they're up on the big screens or in front of the crowd. Jeff does amazing. He keeps the crowd entertained the entire weekend. He's funny. He's got good trivia. He's done it for 23 years straight with us, so he's got the show down. It runs like a well-oiled machine at this point.
Robert just texts in, how good are you at covering up major scars? I get you get creative with scars and tattooing and things like that.
You kind of have to, too, sometimes. Major scars, we call it scar camouflaging, because the tattoo can kind of hide some of the imperfections in skin. I've tattooed a lot of clients that have scar tissue or people that have lost weight that have, bulbous veins or, you can see
stretch marks.
Stretch marks. And when you tattoo over it, it changes their lives.
Yeah.
Because they've visually been looking at these imperfections, and then tattoo kind of beautifies their skin to them at that point, and gets rid of all the stuff they've been seeing on their skin forever.
It is. Tattooing is an absolute science with what they can do.
Yeah, man.
And the different shading. I think my new favorites are the embroidered tattoos that look like they're sewn on. The patches.
Those are cool.
And, the whole outside is black, like little crochet stitch marks. Yeah.
There's some things being done on tattoos that you couldn't fathom back in the day.
We've seen people come in, even in the competitions that have had double mastectomy. And then they have, and they've. It depends on what happens. Sometimes you can have a artist that's really, really, really good at this do a realistic tattoo of a nipple to give somebody sort of the feeling.
And we have that there at Hell City.
Yep. Sometimes they won't do that, but they'll have the whole entire breast to as a canvas, and then do some sort of elaborate piece that you wouldn't be able to do
in
another situation. So it just depends on what was going to help build the confidence.
The tattoos could be kind of therapeutic as well.
Really cool.
And we do have the nipple replacement, tattooers there and everything too. So cosmetic tattooers are also a Hell City artistic tattooers.
Got it all.
Everything. Yeah, man.
Justine and Marion texted in and said, Dub and the Red Tree crew are hands down the best.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, so Hell City Tattoo Fest kicks off today. Yep. Doors open at noon every day. Tickets still available?
Yes, pre-sale tickets are still going today till about 11 a.m. Then we're going to shut them off. And then you can still get tickets. We don't sell odd tickets. We got plenty of room. There's 3 ballrooms that we have taken over. So plenty of space, plenty of tickets. We'll see you at the Hyatt Regency.
So I was walking through, I did a little setup video on Wednesday. I went to go visit and see them set up. You can see it on our Facebook page right now. And they're doing all the setup. And of course, the Hyatt Regency downtown, big convention center, all kinds of area. I'm really hoping with everyone that's going to be coming through this weekend and all the characters and all the people watching that's going to be going on at Hell City.
Good people watching.
I really, really hope, because when I was there on Wednesday, there was like some medical doctor convention going on. And I really hope that continues through the weekend. So we've got the lawyers and doctors walking through with Hell City, and there's some sort of like West Side Story, snapping fingers in the gym rumble goes down, or like the nun convention is this weekend at the Hyatt Regency.
We've had a while. We've had mixes of different conventions over the years.
The first year was the volleyball.
Yeah,
it was high school volleyball competition. And it was the first year, so the Hyatt was like, I don't know how we feel about these guys quite yet.
Yeah.
And they found that our whole team and all the people that were at our convention were the easy ones to deal with. People loved that in our like community there.
Yeah.
And it was the volleyball people and the
Causing
volleyball
the
parents.
trouble,
Causing all the trouble.
Well, then you had the
people at the restaurants were like, man, we like you guys.
Then you had the volleyball kids trying to get into the convention because their parents were in there getting tattooed. Like, hey, kid, go play volleyball. I'm going to Hell City to get tattooed.
Well, I know last year you guys got stuck the same weekend as Sonic Temple. So
that was because that's it's our same crowd.
Yeah,
man,
absolutely.
Luckily, we didn't. It didn't happen this year.
Right.
Next year we're thinking if it does end up on the dates, we might make it free entry for any Sonic Temple wristbands, just to
there you go,
let them all come get their tattoos.
Right.
You can't be a rock star without your tattoos. First of all, I've tattooed a lot of rock stars, and they consider the tattooers are the rock stars to the rock stars.
Speaking of which, let's. I want to do this real quick because don't look at my computer because I want to quiz you here,
all right.
Derb,
okay,
and see how good you do. All right, let's see here. All right, the 2 most tattooed objects are what?
Objects, or is this a person?
Like body parts?
No. Things that people get tattoos of. The 2 most tattooed things.
Oh my God! I mean, a lot of skulls. To be honest, you see a lot of skulls in tattoos. Whether it's a skull in a robe, or like. So I would say a lot of like death. It's like an homage to death. So like skulls and skeletal stuff you see a lot.
Okay.
What about the mom tattoo?
Yeah, I was gonna say like hearts and flowers for like memorial type of stuff. Like mom tattoos, dad tattoos.
Interesting.
But again, right now, like you're talking about the stitch tattoos. There's tattoos being done that we never thought would be a style. To be done or anything like that. So,
all right. Well, I will say from real quick from the facts or from the fact sheet, it's kind of the opposite of what you said.
Okay.
They said angels and hearts.
Oh, really?
Are the 2?
I had the hearts.
You did say hearts.
You did say hearts. Okay, you did say hearts. Yes, absolutely.
Maybe it's wishful thinking on my part because I like skulls.
All right. The tattoo industry. Americans spend how much on tattoos every year? How much is the tattoo industry worth?
Because every tattoo artist charges different. I'd say that a serious collector every year, if they're going to a really good tattoo
this is collective. This is collective.
What's the industry worth?
Like, is it $1 billion industry?
Yeah, I would say 10 to 20,000 for the average guy.
No, he's saying for the entire industry.
For the country.
You're talking about the industry, not individuals.
Americans
Oh, man, it's probably $1 billion industry.
$1.65 billion a year.
There we go.
Thank you. And Derb has 77% of that.
Working on it.
Let's see. Let's go with. Okay, here we go. U.S. adults between the ages of 26 and 40. Okay. U.S. adults between the ages of 26 and 40.
Yep.
What percentage of adults between the ages of 26 and 40 have a tattoo?
85%.
Little bit on the high end.
All
not
right,
quite.
75%.
Still a little bit on the high end.
Oh, geez. Come on,
quite.
people. We need to get more tattoos out there. Percentage rate up.
51%.
50. I'm going to say 62.
Not quite. About 40%.
Oh,
That's it?
You were closer than me.
Yeah.
I went over
42. Come on, people, get it together. Tattoos are one of the most primal things. They're as old as cave paintings. We need to get more people tattooed. Let's go.
That is true. All right, finally, let's see. There is a big box store whose logo is because the owner had a tattoo. It's a famous store, a big box store. You see it at a lot of malls. I'll put it that way. It's usually an anchor store at a mall, and their logo is from a tattoo because the owner had a tattoo. He got the tattoo while working on a whaling ship as a teenager, and it became the logo for his company.
Oh, my
Derb,
God.
it's not Chess King.
No. Darn it.
I used to work at Chess King way back in the day. Oh, God.
Is it the jean
Making
scene?
connections here.
No, this is an anchor store, like one of the big ones, not inside the mall. We're talking about one of the big
But it's a
anchor
box
stores.
store.
Well, I mean, a big box store, as in they're everywhere. So it's
So not Orange Julius.
not Orange Julius. No.
Oh, my God. I have absolutely no
I'm
clue.
thinking like Sears or
You're close.
something like
JCPenney?
Not quite. No, their logo.
Macy's.
There you go.
No
Macy's?
way.
Really?
Wow.
The red star of Macy's was because R.H. Macy got a red star tattoo while working on a whaling ship as a teenager.
No
So
way.
that became the logo.
So every
for Macy's.
tattoo artist and tattoo collector need to support Macy's more. Start shopping at Macy's.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, can I ask you a really quick question?
Yeah, please.
Is there a place that somebody comes in and says, this is where I want a tattoo, that you're like,
on the body. Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
body? Is it like,
Yeah, I mean-
okay, I'll do it, but I hate doing it?
Yeah, certain areas are definitely more difficult to tattoo on people. You know,
Okay.
one, I don't like to do face tattoos on people
Yeah.
unless they're like heavily, like if you already know what it's like to live as a heavily covered, tattooed person. Then I'll tattoo your face.
Your first time coming in, you're like, you probably shouldn't do your face right off the bat.
Right.
But some of the like the stomach is hard to tattoo, so I
Okay.
think a lot of people are like you might want to replace it or down, like lower on your stomach,
Okay.
not genital area, but like the lower stomach. Sometimes the hand placement for an artist could be difficult to stay steady and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
So I'd say that stomachs, faces.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Stomachs and faces.
And a
All
face tattoo, you can't. I mean, you
That's
don't
a
want to mess
move.
up a tattoo anyways, but it's like one of those very permanent, decisions.
Can you remember the strangest tattoo you ever did?
Strangest tattoo?
Or just one of them, like what super,
I think
just
like most
bizarre.
of the stuff that we've seen that we can't talk about on air.
Yeah, I was going to say some stuff.
Okay,
I
private area.
tattooed is you is or is you ain't with a dotted line around a crazy guy's neck in Biloxi, Mississippi when I was 20 years old.
Is you is or
And that
is
guy,
you
yeah,
ain't?
his name was T Black. I remember this guy, and he was from the bayous.
That stood out.
And he would come in, he was just crazy as hell, but yeah, he's just always
Is you
crazy.
is or is you ain't?
Yeah,
I
and
kind of like that.
But I don't know. I've done a lot of wild tattoos. For me to recall the craziest one would be
Yeah.
difficult,
I believe it.
Yeah.
All right, Hell City Tattoo Fest this weekend kicks off today at the Hyatt Regency downtown. Tickets still available. Hellcity.com is the website to get your tickets.
You can check out the Instagram too at hell_city on Instagram. We have a constant live feed on that and updates on the story.
All right, and it's a really cool weekend. Real quick, because not only if you're a tattoo fan or into that kind of the live shows, the burlesque, but May the 4th is this Sunday, and so this week is Hell City Strikes Back is the theme.
Yeah,
and you're a huge Star Wars fan.
I'm a
you
Star
got
Wars nerd.
all kinds of decorations and costumes and all kinds of stuff for people to see. In fact, you have a special tattoo category for Star Wars
created
tattoos.
one just for this year. We got a Star Wars costume and tattoo category that we added to Sunday for May 4th.
Look
so
at your T-shirt. That's
it's
Star
gonna be
Wars
exciting.
style.
Yeah, this is the Hell City Wars shirt.
Love
right here.
it.
Yep. And then Jeff's got on the Hell City is real, which is a Ohio throwback.
A lot of people don't know it's real. So.
Love it.
That is awesome.
But yeah, with me being a Star Wars nerd and then us landing on these dates, I'm like, we have to go influence Star Wars stuff
For sure.
A lot of the tattoo artists are in Star Wars too, so it couldn't be a better weekend.
Love it. Derb, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Jeff, thank you for coming in.
Appreciate it, yeah.
I'm going to be there tonight at about 7 o'clock or so. You want to come hang out? I'd love to see you and say hello. And yeah, it's going to be an absolute blast. Downtown Hyatt Regency, hellcity.com is the website. Check it out. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, all right, I'm listening.
3 things you need to know before you go.
Health officials have issued a red alert at Chicago O'Hare International Airport after a passenger with measles exposed hundreds of travelers to the virus. Now, most of us are vaccinated, I hope. But it is exposing the people who have not gotten vaccinated.
Yep.
The infected adult developed a rash on April 25th. So check your travel schedule for April 25th. If you are in and out of Chicago O'Hare, you may want to keep an eye open for symptoms of measles. There was a confirmed diagnosis, and this person is currently isolating at home. Jury selection begins Monday in the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs. So it is happening, people. Yesterday he was in court and he formally rejected a government plea deal. They said, hey, if you plead guilty, we'll spare you an extended prison sentence. I mean, this guy's up for like decades in prison, right? So he said, no, thank you. I'll go to trial. So that's what's happening. He is headed to trial. Again, jury selection starts Monday and opening statements are expected to begin May the 12th. A driverless semi-truck is now making long-haul runs on a Texas highway. Now, we were talking about this. Was it earlier this week?
Yeah. Because they do run on 33.
They run on 33.
They have a person in.
Right. These don't have people anymore.
So we're going full on. Huh?
Absolutely full on self-driving 18-wheelers. And they are making round trips between Dallas and Houston all the time.
Wow.
It's first 2 customers, Uber Freight and Hirschbach Motor Lines. The 2 companies have conducted test runs with this company called Aurora, using safety drivers to monitor technology. But now that everything's been tested, the drivers are not in there anymore, and the commercial service is running driverless between Houston and Dallas.
I know everything new. We're a little leery, freaks people out, but this is an 18-wheeler with no one behind the wheel.
I know. I can't wrap my head around
it. That is just one glitch, one electrical storm later.
I mean, it's coming. Like, the disaster is coming.
Yeah.
It just hasn't happened yet. Like, there will be an accident.
Well, I mean, look. Truck drivers have gotten in accidents, too.
For sure.
It happens. They jackknife or whatever.
Yeah.
The
But
case.
it's worse when there's no driver. It's like, this was avoidable. You should have a driver behind the wheel.
That's so crazy.
I don't like it.
How many? I wonder how many are on the road. Like 2, 3. I mean,
oh, it's going to be a lot more than that. It will be eventually.
Well, eventually. That's what I'm saying. Right now, how many are on the road?
Yeah, and they didn't say, but this the Houston to Dallas route. They have 2 customers, and they say self-driving 18-wheelers, but they didn't say how many.
Many, right. I think it's crazy we're at the level where there's at least no one sitting in the cabin in a, God forbid, grab the steering wheel moment.
Right.
Like, just straight up empty. All right.
All right. Well, we'll see how this goes. Those are your 3 things.
Good luck.
Man.
Better Texas than us.
Yo, 100%. Thank you so much, 997 The Blitz. Oh, I'm pretty excited because, let me tell you, I've shared the fact before that I'm a bit of a foodie. I love trying new places. One thing I've loved about my time here in Colorado Springs is I have already found some of my favorite tacos I've ever eaten in my life. I've already found an amazing, fajita Mexican bowl, which is one of the best I've ever had in my life. The food scene so far has been
pretty good here.
Really good. And I've been very happy about it. And we might just level up again tonight because plans have been finalized. Myself and my fiance Nora and Thick and your wife Heather, we're double dating tonight. And we are going to what apparently is the best steakhouse in the entire country.
That is according to the Family Destinations Travel Guide, which is a national publication.
He'd been all over and said there's this little hole-in-the-wall gem you got to try out, and it is the best steakhouse in the country. And we are talking about Columbus's own York Steakhouse.
I'm like, okay. I haven't been there since, it's been quite a few years since I've been there. At least 20.
20 years.
So I don't know. I do know that a new owner took over the place because it was going to shut down. There were 180 of them around the country at one time.
Oh, there were?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And this was the original. And that was about to shut down, and a new owner came in and bought the place. And we can't shut down York Steakhouse, and obviously not. It's the best steakhouse in the country.
Because just from reading, it is a cafeteria style, much like if you've ever been to like a Ponderosa.
Yes.
So you get your fix-ins, but then they bring you the steak.
Yeah, they cook the steak fresh, bring it out to you on the hot plate. You know, you get your side dishes on your tray as you're going down the cafeteria style. Your dessert, you pick out your dessert, all that. Then they
little
bring
slices of cheesecake or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if someone claims it's the best steakhouse in the country, not that I say there's anything wrong with it. I just find it hard to believe it's the best steakhouse in the country.
We can report back to you if it is on Monday, I suppose.
I have... Dave, did I say Colorado Springs? Dave just texted and said, Colorado Springs, ? You're in Columbus.
Did you accidentally? I know you used to live there.
Oh, absolutely. It's been 11 years that I were living there, so I apologize if I said that. Columbus. I just find it hard to believe. I've had Wagyu olive beef before. Some of the rarest meat there is. I'm wondering if York Steakhouse can beat that.
Chad said, just went to York Steakhouse last week. I'm a regular there. Very good old school feel.
Okay.
But is it the best steak in the country, Chad?
Well, we will report back on Monday and let you know for sure.
I did want to shout out to Virginia, who is celebrating her 10th anniversary with her husband on Star Wars Day.
Oh, may the 4th be with you, Virginia and your husband. Congratulations. It's 997 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Did you know this? Congress passed a law in 1866 that no living person could appear on currency. They did it after an official at the U.S. Treasury snuck himself onto the 5-cent bill.
What? 5-cent bill?
Isn't that a weird thing to hear? 5-cent bill?
Well, when you think about way back then, that's a pretty big bill.
Yeah, that is true. Absolutely. But how great is that? Like, bet no one will notice this. Just puts his face up on there. King Olav V of Norway competed in the Olympics, but not just because he could. He was actually really good at sailing. He actually won the gold medal at the 1928 Olympics in Amsterdam. Do you have like a backup king in preparation for your king drowning?
Oh, wow. Well, I guess, you're vice king, right? I don't know. Is there a vice king?
Pretty sure it's not called the vice king.
The prince?
There you go.
Prince. The prince, yeah.
The vice king.
I didn't know. I was short on a term. That's what I came up with. Wouldn't that be the prince, though? The prince is the vice king.
No.
No?
That's what you call your drug dealer. It's the vice king. In 150 races, there have been 3 fillies or female horses to win the Kentucky Derby. That's right. It's 150th Kentucky Derby.
151st.
151st, right. Regret in 1915. Genuine Risk in 1980, and Winning Colors in 1988. In fact, the last time a filly actually even raced was in 2010.
Yeah, they don't get many, man.
They don't, and there's not going to be one tomorrow either, so there you go. Let's see here. The exclamation point didn't become a standard key on the keyboard until 1970. Before that, you actually had to type a period and then use the backspace to go back and stick in an apostrophe above it.
That's funny.
Yeah. You had to make up your own exclamation point. And finally, we all know the song Afro Man, Because I Got High. I mean, who doesn't? It's a great novelty song. It's a one-hit wonder. We all enjoyed it for a period of time.
Sure.
It's still used anytime you're talking about the devil's lettuce or ingesting some sort of marijuana. Afro Man was nominated for a Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance in 2002 for this song. This is a Grammy-nominated song.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Although, unfortunately, it did not win. It did lose out to Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Which I can see why. Missy Elliott, a bit more of an artist than Afro Man.
Yeah, I
saying.
get it.
There you go. Learning you some stuff on a Friday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything. Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business. Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot. Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me. Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com. Welcome to the family.